Now, the people of Anambra are set to decide who takes up the mantle of governorship today. But this is not without precaution from political analysts and supporters of various political parties in making sure that the recently signed peace accord by candidates of parties is upheld. Uchenna Wekoyo reports.
Violence in election is often escalated by loyalists of political contenders. With this in mind, political analysts have called on supporters of the various political parties in the Anambra election to queue into the peace accord signed by the candidates of the parties for a free, fair and peaceful election.
This peace accord should permeate into the very system of every single electorate. Whether you are going to cast your vote, whether you are an observer, whether you are a supporter, let everybody take the message of peace and do everything to promote peace on election day.
Do not let politicians divide you. These are your brothers, your sisters that you stay with every single day in the community. A politician from Abuja today might deploy to APC tomorrow, or from APC to Abuja tomorrow, and whatever fight you think they are having is ended. So please, as the candidates have signed a peace accord, please, the electorates, remain peaceful.
They advise that all the major players should think of the good of the state above individual ambitions. Anambra State will go to the poll on November 8th to elect who presides over the state for the next 4 years. In Onitsha, Uchenna Wekoyo, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu on Friday received the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Saad Abubakar III. The Sultan, who is also the President General of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, met the President at the State House. The meeting was private between the President and the religious leader, as the details were not made public. However, the consultation came a few days after President Tinubu met with the Archbishop of Abuja Catholic Diocese, Most Reverend Ignatius Kaigama, on a similar meeting. And these consultations followed the purported religious persecution in the country. The Sultan had earlier joined the Juma prayer in the State House, where the Imam Alhaji Abdul Wahid Suleiman Abubakar admonished the faithful to continue to support government's efforts aimed at ensuring peace and security in the country. He described peace as part of the prerequisites for individual and general development of the society. Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima has urged world leaders to move beyond pledging to taking reasonable action in tackling climate change and its attendant natural disasters that claim innocent lives across the globe. He stated this during the Leaders' Climate Summit at the ongoing 30th Conference of the Parties in Belém, Brazil. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
Vice President Kashim Shettima, representing President Bola Tinubu at this annual climate conference, received by the Brazilian President Lula da Silva, reaffirmed Nigeria's global climate leadership with a commitment to achieving an emission reduction targets of 32% by 2035. The unveiling of the National Carbon Market Framework and Climate Change Fund forms the core of Nigeria's climate finance architecture, designed to attract billions of dollars in clean energy and adaptation investment.
Through these efforts, we are empowering small businesses, promoting clean energy, and transforming agricultural waste into opportunity. Nigeria's geography, from the Sahelian plains in the north to the mangroves of the Niger Delta, reflect nature's generosity and reminds us of our responsibility to preserve what sustains us. This is why we are investing in climate-smart agriculture, livestock transformation, and sustainable land use practices that reduce conflict over resources and enhance food security.
Brazil's President Lula da Silva said it will take a collective effort for the world to fight climate change, emphasizing that fighting climate change must be a priority for every government and individual on Earth.
At COP28 in Dubai, countries committed to transition away from fossil fuels. No more greenwashing, no loopholes. We must turn that committing into action while supporting low and middle income developing countries that are highly dependent on fossil fuels.
Nigeria's third national determined contribution, validated and submitted in September 2025, outlines the country's comprehensive strategy across energy, agriculture, transport, waste and industry, as the decade of gas strategy remains pivotal in powering the transition, balancing natural gas utilization with expanded solar and off-grid electrification to drive rural energy access and sustainable development. From Belém in Brazil, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
Now, the courage of 22 young women in 1955 paved the way for thousands in a profession once seen as exclusive to men. Now, donning their uniforms, they set a new agenda for the force, breaking barriers and exhibiting the worth in discipline, duty and service. Francis Form tells the story of the female folk in the Nigeria police 70 years after the first enlistment.
Thank you very much for those questions.
This briefing kickstarts the itinerary to honor the pioneering spirits of the first female officers, trailblazers who defied cultural barriers and societal norms to make history. Their legacy, like seeds sown in the sands of time, has germinated into a garden of gallant women officers, serving with pride, and today, the force celebrates the impact of their service in promoting community safety and peace building, as well as how they evolve in leadership positions, operational duties, and special units.
Their contributions, often made in the face of adversity, deserve not only our recognition, but our celebration. We also aim to inspire future generations of young women to see policing not just as a career, but as a calling, one that empowers them to serve, to protect, and to lead. And we expect renewed interest among young women in pursuing careers in the police.
As preparations heighten for the 70th anniversary, the force reiterates its commitment to deepen gender inclusivity, promote equal opportunities, and sustain policies that empower women within the rank and file of the Nigeria Police Force. Francis Form, NTA News.
And in a move to tackle unemployment and empower young Nigerians, the Nigerian Association of Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NACIMA, has partnered with the Gießen-Friedberg Chambers of Commerce in Germany to create new pathways for youth employment and skills development. Muplang Dakok reports.
Youths constitute about 70% of Nigeria's population, yet unemployment and underemployment remain major challenges confronting them. This partnership between the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NACIMA, and the Gießen-Friedberg Chambers of Commerce in Germany aims to bridge this gap by expanding opportunities for youth employment. Already, 18 Nigerians have been selected for the pilot phase of the initiative.
We have started now a program to train young Nigerians in the area of hospitality. They already passed the A1 level, and next year they will fly to Germany in order to start their 3 years of dual vocational training.
When they have vocational skills, we up their skills, they will become very marketable. So that makes it a very, very good program which we want to skill up and get more young Nigerians, to participate and get exported out of Nigeria officially, and that will help legal migration.
Young people can come and do their business, they get support, there's a business center adjacent to it, so they can really scale up their business there and get support from the chamber movement.
The collaboration is expected to translate to economic prosperity and improved livelihoods for young Nigerians. In Abuja, Muplang Dakok, NTA News.
That's it on the AM News. We'll take a break now. Weekend Deal returns thereafter. Stay tuned.